Hi, Stephanie. How are you? I have a little favor I need to ask you. Hey, Grace. It's been a while. I'm doing great. The graduation celebration is just around the corner. It'll be good to see you there. What's going on? Are you in some sort of trouble? No trouble, but I'm glad you brought up the graduation ceremony. What do you say if we change the time from 11 to, say, 9 o'clock at night? Wait, what? At nighttime? I think it's too late to do something like that right now. There's a lot of families attending the celebration and everyone will have to change their plans. I think it's best if we stick with the original schedule. Come on, do me a solid here. I'm sure the other families can make some arrangements and it will be fine. Just do me this one little favor, please. No. Sorry, Grace, I don't think I can do that. Why do you want to change the time in the first place? Wouldn't you? 11 o'clock in the day is so early. I think myself and the other families included would like to have a bit more time to sleep in. It is the weekend after all. True, we'd all like to get our beauty sleep in on the weekend. Then again, it's not like you're waking up when the sun rises. By the time it hits 11, the day has well and truly started. If it's that inconvenient for you, maybe you can go to bed a little bit earlier the night before? Yeah, about that. I don't think it's that simple. Why not? Tell me what's going on. Well, let's see. How should I put this? The truth is, I'll be going out for drinks the night before. I plan to have a long and wild night with my girls. You're going out at your age? Don't you think you're a bit old for that type of thing? Hey, youth isn't on the outside, it's what's on the inside. I'm still a hot, wild spirit. You should see all the young boys coming up to me during the night. Even at my age, I'm still the hottest girl in the club. Okay, I just had a sequence of really disturbing imagery. But looking past that, this is still really irresponsible, don't you think? I mean, we're celebrating the graduation of your kid. I think in this situation, you should be putting your child before yourself. Think about it. These kids only get this day once. You have plenty of days to go and enjoy yourself at the club. Come on, Stephanie. You know it's not like that. It's Friday, for Pete's sake. That's the one day of the week you want to go out and party. Be that as it may, there's still plenty of weekends for you to do that. Don't forget you're the organizer for this event. If you jeopardize the day and inconvenience the other families, I will lose a lot of respect for you. Just forget about going clubbing this Friday. You have something more important to do. Stephanie, you just don't get it, do you? The fact that the graduation ceremony is on Saturday is the reason why I can only go out clubbing on Friday. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. I can't exactly go out clubbing when I've got the kids to look after, right? So I've got my husband there to look after them for me. Wait, you're making your husband look after the children so you can go out clubbing. Was he seriously okay with that? I didn't get the impression that he was that type of guy. Of course I didn't tell him I was going out clubbing. We'd be fighting for weeks if I even brought up the idea to him. Here's what I did, and I think you'll like it. I told him you and me are having a little meeting before the graduation celebration. He thinks we're going to meet the day before to discuss what's going to happen and make sure the preparations are in order. He didn't ask a single question to me about it. In a few seconds, I finally created a window for me to go out and chase some excitement. I didn't want to waste an opportunity like this, so I went out shopping for some fancy clothes. I managed to snag a hot item for the boys to perv at on Friday night. Oh my God! What am I hearing right now? You're lying to your own husband. That's the worst thing a wife can do. Oh, get over it, Stephanie. You know the other moms are doing this type of thing as well. What's so bad about me going out having some fun for a change? I do my job as a wife. I deserve a reward every now and then. Doesn't anyone care about how I feel? I hear where you're coming from, but this is going a bit too far, don't you think? What are you going to do when your husband finds out? Look, the only people that know about this thing is you and me. So as long as you keep your trap shut, he won't be hearing anything about it. Don't think I'll keep my mouth shut about it for long. You dragged me in as an accomplice. So what? We're friends, aren't we? I didn't think I needed your permission to do something like this. I thought you would have my back anyway. Fine. All right. I'll look past it just this once. But you have to promise me that you'll be there on Saturday. I don't want to see you stumbling in late. And I especially don't want to see you in the same attire you were wearing the night before. I want you to be clean and proper. Oh, calm down, madam. Of course I'll be the beautiful, clean mother that I always am. Good. That's what I want to hear. But you know what that means, right? Spending half an hour extra on doing my hair? No. It means you have to put a cap on the amount of excitement you have on Friday night. If you don't go to bed early enough, you'll definitely not be waking up at 11. Oh my God, what an absolute bore. Yes, fine. I'll do as you say. Good. I'm begging you, Grace. This is an important day. Don't disappoint everyone. All right, Gracie, come on. It's already 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Where the hell are you? Give a girl a break, Stephanie. Even you need your beauty sleep. What's the urgency for me to wake up anyway? Are you serious right now? You know what we have today, right? Huh? Sister, what are you talking about? Oh my God! You seriously are hopeless, aren't you? Your mental age is younger than our children. Hey, no need for the insults. Just what are you on about anyway? Come on. Remember our long chat yesterday? I did have a funny dream about you getting me up for some party the kids were having. Dream? Grace, you are killing me right now. Wait, are you telling me that was real? Jeez, the alcohol really has gotten to me. Okay, I'll stop teasing you. We have the graduation party today, right? We had the graduation party. The other mothers and I are having coffee at my place as the kids run around outside. We're all super disappointed you could do something this selfish. Especially since you were the one that organized this. If you didn't want to do something like this, why did you put your hand up in the first place? Look, if we're gonna have a party, you should leave it to the pro. I didn't want one of you dullards creating a dismal celebration for me to sulk around. Well, let's take a look at the party you organized. You left us stranded with a bunch of party items that we had no idea what you were planning to do with. We did the best that we could, but it was hardly the best send-off for our children. Did you even think of how your own child feels knowing his mother cares about some trivial night with hooligans instead of celebrating her beloved child? That little brat gets more than enough love from his mother. I've bought him all the toys and gadgets to keep him preoccupied and happy. Sadly, I don't think that type of motherly service is the emotional connection he is yearning for. Well, whatever. Look, it's one day, so surely he can look past it once. He's got a whole lifetime of me doing my job as a mother. Besides, you know what type of circumstance I was in. Last night was the only time I could do something like this. Oh, you mean because your husband took care of the kid for you? Exactly. You have no idea how much of a bore our home life is. The man works all day, doesn't send me one message, and when he gets home, he goes straight to the bath and sits in there all night. He's selfish and doesn't lift one finger to help me with the household or child. I'm not in a position to judge other people's household, but I think that's the trade-off you two make when you decided to marry. Plus, I know the type of work your husband is in. He's got quite a hectic schedule when he puts that suit on. I wouldn't blame him for taking the time to relax in a bath. Sounds like you're a little too chummy with my husband, Stephanie. Know your place and stay away from him. You talk about how bad I am for missing one day. You should be ashamed of yourself for enticing another woman's man. I've got no words to express how stupid you sound right now. By that logic, anyone that knows what type of work your husband is engaged in is automatically romantically interested in him? You can stop the gaslighting, Grace. I know you're trying to take the spotlight off yourself. I'm not trying to take the spotlight off me. I genuinely don't want you anywhere near my man. Well, if that's the case, I have bad news for you. Don't tell me. I can already put the pieces together. While I was out having a great time, you figured you could have a great time yourself. I bet you snuck into her house the moment I walked out the door. I hope you had the decency to wait till my kid went to bed. You're insane! What a baseless accusation. No, the sad news I want to tell you is that I am with your husband right now. He's here getting along with the other mothers. Huh? My honey is there. Why though? Well, think about it. If you weren't awake to take your own kid to his own graduation party, who would? From what your husband says, he tried multiple times to get you out of that bed. He woke you up a couple of times, but you didn't even have the energy to stand yourself up. Apparently you rolled off the bed, cursed to yourself, and then went straight back to snoring. Huh? So that's how I ended up on the floor. I haven't drunk to that extent in a long time. I must have had a hell of a night. With that amount of lethargy, as well as the time you've woken up, I'm guessing you pulled an all-nighter in the city? Your husband thought about putting you back into bed, but it seems this isn't the first time something like this has happened. He's quite fed up with the way you've been lately. Huh? What are you talking about? Admit it. This isn't the first time you've been in a drunken stupor, is it? Your husband and I talked at length today about your behavior. Oh my God. He's not getting suspicious, is he? He sure is, darling. There are countless mornings when no matter what he does, he can't get you to wake up. He says that he comes home to bottles of alcohol sprawled about the place and shattered wine glasses. He tries to talk to you about why the place is in the state it's in, but you're always passed out when he tries to talk to you. Even the small little pockets he has to talk to you is useless because he has his commitment to work. What has that selfish fool been telling you? Sure, I had a bit to drink every now and then, but that's only because of the neglect I get from my husband. If he gave me the care and attention I deserved, I wouldn't turn out this way. If he wants a home that he looks forward to coming back to, I need a husband that I look forward to seeing first. As I said, I'm not in a position to comment on another person's household, but from the looks of things, he's holding up his end of the bargain. Think about it. The beautiful house you get to slumber in was bought by your husband. The alcohol you get to abuse at night was financed by your husband. Even your little escapade yesterday was thanks to your husband. Can you really say that you're in a position to judge him? What are you getting at, Stephanie? Are you saying I should be grateful to him? He has the luxury of having a wife of this level of feminine exceptionality. That amount of financial prosperity is the least a man should provide for me. A woman needs more than money. She needs an emotional connection with her man. If she doesn't get that, she has to drown her emotional damage in drink. See things from my point of view, please. No matter what way you spin it, all I see is a woman who only cares for herself. Sure, I would have taken your sentimental story at base value and sympathized with you, but through my interactions with you, I can't really blame your husband. You prioritized yourself over your own child, and I can definitely see you prioritizing yourself over your husband. I'm sorry, Grace, but I've never met a woman with a character as low as yours. I can't believe the way you're talking to me right now, Stephanie. You're meant to be my friend. You're meant to have my back. I don't have the back of people who turn their backs on others. Just so you know, I told your husband about your little lie. He knows you went out last night. You did what? Why? Because he asked. You could have made up some excuse. Maybe even put me in a better light. Sorry, I don't have a character as low as yours. I'm not going to let evil get away with letting people down any longer. He knows what you've been getting up to now, and he's not happy. This is bad. I need to talk to you guys. I'm on my way to the party. No can do, Missy. I told you the party is already over. Everyone is thinking about going home now. Your husband was quite vague, but he said he's going to do the right thing when he gets home. If it means cutting ties with you, the other mothers and I have the same idea.
What the hell? Having you guys leave me in the dust is one thing, but my husband too! You can't do this to me. I'll be alone.
If you want people to care about you, you have to reciprocate that care as well, Grace. Hopefully this harsh lesson will teach you to treat others better. Let us know what happens when your husband gets home. Grace did her best to arrange the house as best as she could before her husband came home. Just as she had finished up scrubbing the puke she threw up in the bedroom the night before, she heard the lock click downstairs. Sure of herself that she sufficiently cleaned up the mess she created, she rushed downstairs to embrace her husband and tell him how much she loved him. To her dismay, she must have been puking all the way to the bedroom and trampled on the slimy mess left on the stairs. Her husband, not only disgusted by his wife's behavior, but also the pukey stains she left around the house, quickly shrugged her off and demanded a divorce. After a whole afternoon of cleaning and eventually packing her belongings, Grace was left outside that night to find a place for herself. I'm not sure what happened to her, but she'll have to be really stubborn to pull a stunt like that with the next guy. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, please remember to click the like button. See you in the next video!